Hey, one Mugger World Entertainment, and hot on the heels of his wife's court case absolutely imploding on her and him, Ryan Reynolds is now out there trying to say, hey, I'm working on Deadpool 4. I'm still great. People still love me. He's trying to do some damage control here. But here's the thing. If he thinks Deadpool 4 is going to work for him, well, when you see a headline like this, it has to be one of the dumbest things I think you're ever going to hear, because it says, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds reveals progress on next movie, says Wade Wilson will be a supporting role. That's right, he wants to make Deadpool 4, but actually have Deadpool as a side character. What the hell is the point in that? Really, what is the point in that? That is so stupid. That's like saying we're going to make a Batman movie, but Batman's actually going to be the bit player in it. Robin is going to be front and center. What? This is stupid. And of course, this is him trying to get back into people's good books. Oh, don't hear and see what I did and said and stuff during my wife's trial and show you how much of an obnoxious, horrible human beings we actually are. No. Focus on Deadpool. Ooh, you like Deadpool, don't you? So let's have a look at this, because this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So it's saying, following Deadpool and Wolverine's 1.3 billion success in 2024, we'd expected a follow-up to receive the green light almost immediately. Then, last May, we learned that Ryan Reynolds was in early stages of writing a new Deadpool movie featuring the Merc with the mouth and 3 or 4 X-Men characters. Separate from Jake Schaefer's X-Men reboot, Reynolds was said to be working independently of the studio, meaning it hadn't been officially greenlit. It's no secret that Kevin Feige turned down several of his Deadpool 3 pitches, so it may have greatly evolved since the news broke. So that's the other thing to keep in mind here. He's working on this. It has not been greenlit. Disney have not gone, yep, we're moving forward with Deadpool 4. They haven't done anything of the sort. He's literally writing it on the hopes that they will greenlight it. So the trades broke the news about Reynolds' plans, and social media scoopers later claimed to have learned that it's an X-Force, or at the very least an X-Force inspired movie. We haven't heard much since then, but the writer and actor shared a positive update while speaking with Today. Again, keep in mind, a positive update, which means I've got this far in the script, even though it hasn't been greenlit by Disney. So, Reynolds revealed, I have some stuff kind of written. I think he's a supporting character. He's a guy that is great in a group. So, he's confirming that Deadpool will be taking a backseat if and when the project happens, which is stupid. I'm writing a Deadpool movie, and Deadpool's gonna not be the main focus of the Deadpool movie. It's like, are you retarded? You really? Are you that retarded that you're gonna do a Deadpool movie where Deadpool isn't the main focus? Good God. So this echoes other remarks from the Deadpool franchise star, and it seems the idea is for it to be an ensemble rather than a full-blown solo outing. The big question is how any such project will fit into Marvel Studios' wider plans for the X-Men. Well, we know that a new MCU will be created in the wake of Avengers Secret Wars, serving as a soft reboot for the franchise. It's possible that the multiverse will still exist and that X-Force would play out in a parallel reality. By the way, apparently the way Secret War ends, everybody is going to absolutely hate it. That's the word doing the rounds, is that everybody is going to hate the way they end this thing or what they do. So it says, at the same time, it's no secret that the studio has big plans for the X-Men. If the team is already established when we meet them, it would arguably be easy enough to explain X-Force's presence in the MCU. By the way, keep in mind, they did do an X-Force in Deadpool 2. Yeah, it wasn't the full X-Force, and they killed them all off immediately for shits and giggles, but that was meant to be X-Force. So, to revisit an X-Force story again is like, you've now made 2 double idiotic moves here, which is, we're going to do X-Force again, in a story where Deadpool's not even going to be front and center. It's like, what is this idea? So Deadpool had a memorable stint with the team during Rick Remender's X-Force run, in that the anti-hero was paired up with Wolverine, Archangel, Psylocke, and Phantom X. We also know that Reynolds was eager to develop an X-Force movie when the X-Men rights were still with 20th Century Fox. In fact, that was expected to be released before what was Deadpool 3. Of course, the Disney-Fox merger closed the door on any future Marvel movies from the studio behind X-Men, Dark Phoenix, and Fantastic Four. Previously, Reynolds said, if Deadpool becomes an Avenger or an X-Men, we're at the end. That's wish fulfillment, and we can't give him that. So he was basically saying, if Deadpool ends up as an Avenger or part of the X-Men, it's over. There's no point continuing. However, when you're hearing this crap, I'm pretty sure it's over. And of course, again, we have right now the whole thing that he's writing this without Disney's consent, basically, because they haven't greenlit it. They haven't told him to do this, but he's doing it. And with all the information coming out about him behind closed doors, through thanks to his wife trying to sue Justin Baldoni, and that blowing up spectacularly in her face, it's also blown up in his face, to be revealed by all the text messages and shit what he's actually like behind closed doors, you're going to really start asking questions. Is Disney really going to want to move forward with him? Do they want to keep using him? Now, we know he's meant to be in Doomsday, probably Secret War as well, but that was more so done before all of this crap came out with the case. They're obviously too far in now that they're not just going to remove him, but it's the case of, do they really want that headache of moving forward with other movies and projects with Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, you can say, well, Deadpool and Wolverine brought in $1.3 billion. It's like, yeah, but then we heard what the actual budget was for the movie, and it turns out it made roughly around 15 to 20 million in profit, if even that. They don't make those type of movies with those type of budgets to bring in 20 million. They want about 500 million. So when you're looking at it like that, then you're seeing him wanting to do this team up. And think of it, he's writing a script featuring X-Men characters, knowing very well that Disney's focus after Secret Wars is X-Men, and you haven't even got a green light for this. What are you going to be doing with these characters? That obviously Feige will look at and go, that's not the type of idea we want with these characters. We don't want these characters to be used in that way. We don't want the X-Men to be taken out of the tone we want for X-Men to be brought into your jokey type of movie where it's going to be used for slapstick and have like sexual jokes towards these characters and stuff like that. That's not what we want these characters for. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not Disney actually move forward with this Deadpool 4 movie that he's writing, even though they have not told him to write it and it's not greenlit. But then the idea that he's writing a Deadpool movie where Deadpool is going to be a supporting character, not the main character, that is such a retarded thing to do. But what do you guys think? Do you want more Deadpool? Do you want a Deadpool where Deadpool isn't even the focus of the Deadpool movie? What do you think about all of this? And do you think the Blake Lively crap has hurt Ryan Reynolds at all? Let me know what you think about all of it. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.